You have been lied to. I go on social media and I see all these perfect morning routines. This is the billionaire morning routine. This is what Joe Rogan does. This is what Jeff Bezos does. This is what Oprah does. And it's a combination of cold plunges and meditation and morning cardio and organic juices and saunas and journaling and all this stuff. And they are all a problem and it's all bullshit. How do I know? Number one, I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of artists and none of them do this shit. Number two, I know because I'm part of the problem. I have one of these really long morning routines with all this stuff and it's a lie. It's not going to work for you as an up-and-coming artist. But I'll tell you what does work for my students, and it's really simple. First, if you don't know, my name's Justin, and I run a program called Cosmic Academy. We're an artist development school. We've been around for over 10 years. We worked with over 650 amazing artists, and they get incredible results. They sign to the biggest labels like Toolroom, Nightbase, Anjuna. They play the biggest shows like Ultra. They play in Ibiza. We just had 3 students play EDC in Las Vegas. And a lot of these results, they do get from some of the things we teach in our class and our premium program that have to do with routines, but not to this extent. And the extent that you hear these morning routines, the perfect morning routine, the billionaire morning routine, it goes something like this. You wake up really early, 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 a.m., and then it's 20 minutes of sunlight. You have to get outside, right? And then you have to do 45 minutes of exercise or cardio, and then you have to hop in a cold plunge and then a sauna. You have to meditate, then you have to journal. Make sure you do that because after you're done with that, you have to do all these affirmations. And by that point, it's 1 p.m. and you've been fired from your primary job. Or by that point, your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend has broken up with you because you spent all your money on organic vegetable juices and cold plunges in your living room. And as I said before, I'm part of the problem. I currently do one of these routines. Maybe it's not as long, but here's why it's bullshit. I do this stuff now, but I've been building my business for over 10 years and I have stability in my life and I have more free time. But here's the most important thing I'm going to tell you. You got to smash that like button for me. Just hammer that like button for the YouTube algorithm. I don't know what it does, but it somehow does something good. So help us out. Smash that like button. Appreciate it. Here's the most important thing I'm going to tell you. I did not do this shit when I was starting out and grinding, and neither did Jeff Bezos or Joe Rogan or any of these people. And that's why it's bullshit. And this goes back to the biggest rule I tell my students. Stop comparing your step 1 to someone's step 10. Let me tell you a story about how it was when I was coming up building my concert production company. I was throwing 4 shows every single week. Some of them were in different cities, New York, DC, Miami. All day, I'm on the phone with agents and managers negotiating deals for talent. I was constantly running around to venues, doing staging and pricing out production costs. I'm hopping in and out of cabs and rushing to catch the subway. And I'm doing all of this while working a full-time 9 to 5 as a paralegal for a law firm making $12 an hour. Do you really think I was waking up at 6 a.m. to do fucking cold plunges and sauna meditation? No. Do you really think I was eating some expensive, perfect diet of organic whole foods and fresh pressed juices when I'm making $10, $12 an hour? No. So here's the real truth. Back then, I'd go to bed at 3 a.m. and I'd leave a Red Bull next to my bed the night before. I'd wake up around 7 a.m. and chug it, breakfast. And then I'd write down my goals for the day, goals for the week, and goals for the month, and that's it. That was my entire morning routine. And as I'd go throughout the day, I'd cross off my goals. I'd do my best to eat well, but mostly it was a 99-cent slice of pizza at 9 p.m. after I was done with work. And I'll admit, this was not healthy. I had a bunch of pimples, I'd rarely go to the gym, I was sleeping on my buddy's couch on a blow-up mattress. There was no cold plunge, there was no sauna. And I built a pretty decent company. Now let's talk about some artists. I can look at my students. They play the main stage of EDC. They're touring the country. Bexy, an amazing student of ours, she's going on tour of 7 Lions. This is a massive arena tour. 23-date tour buses, all this stuff. I'm gonna tell you right now, she's not doing cold plunges. Our student Charles D, he goes on tour with Eric Prydz. They'll do 12 cities in 9 days. Do you think he's waking up and doing all this stuff? No. And listen, this stuff, the meditation, the cold showers, it does work. It does help. There's plenty of science to back it up. but it's just not feasible for most people. I'm gonna have you look at this in a completely different way. There is so much research on people trying to lose weight. And what we now know is when people try to lose weight in a way of like, I'm gonna learn how to work out, I'm gonna start going to the gym and learning splits and macros and proteins and fats and learning all of it, it ends up being too much and they fail. In actuality, and this is the truth, research shows that people will be more likely to lose weight or get in shape if they simplified it into starting with just one thing, like start walking 3 times a week or just cutting out soda from our diet and starting there. The problem with all this stuff is that these extreme routines are too much. And if you end up failing them, you get discouraged and then you do nothing. So what should you do instead? You're busy, you're probably trying to work a full-time job while trying to make your side hobby your career. So you don't have time for all this shit. If you try to do it all, like I said, you might fail and get discouraged. So instead, wake up, journal your goals for the day and the week, and just do that. Get that done, start there, start with organization. And if you can master that, and I really mean master it, do this for many, many months, 3, 4, 5 months consistently, turn it into a real routine. Once you've locked that in, then add one of the others. You want to add the cold shower? Great. Add the meditation? Great. Whatever you want. That's kind of like how I did it. I mastered the one thing and then you add on something else. But to clarify, do not add anything until you've mastered the first one. And please, please, please stop looking up Warren Buffett's perfect morning routine. He's 90 and a billionaire, and it's not going to help you. And I promise, the artists that I've worked with, the artists that I see, the ones that are successful, their mornings are fucking messy. They're trying the best that they can. And that's all you can do. Try the best you can. Try to nail one of these, and you'll feel way better about yourself. I hope this was helpful. I have an entire another video on this kind of mindset, so click that next one, and I'll see you in there.